Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Season 2 finale review for The Circle. It has come and gone. We have reached the end of this season, and
it's a satisfying ending.
who would have thought we would have had such a good ending to this season? Like, I did not expect this. I expected for sure either River or Chloe would emerge as the victor.
And they would deserve it as well. They've both played really good games. I mean, it's just so nice to have someone like Delisa end up winning this game. And this is what I like about The Circle in a lot of ways better than Big Brother. I really like Big Brother a lot for its gameplay and stuff like that. But it's very rare that I get a very satisfying winner.
Yeah, and congratulations to, as Michelle pointed out time and time again, as those Delisa, a.k.a. Trevor, or Trevor, a.k.a. Trev has done it. We're going to talk in this video about how this happened because I think it's really interesting from a strategic angle. Also, my favorite moment of the finale, the moment we all knew was coming, which was Chloe meeting Trevor for the first time.
And my favorite moments that just kept getting better and better is Courtney's expression to every single catfish that came into the room.
It was great. Like, all of this finale was great. But, you know, if you guys love us talking about the greatness of this finale, hit that subscribe button. We've had so much fun talking about The Circle this season. We're glad you guys have been there with us. And, you know, we've got all sorts of other TV discussions on the way.
Also, I'm sure you guys have noticed we are in a different space right now, so please bear with us as we try to figure out our lighting, our room. We've been told there's a little bit of an echo because there's not a lot of stuff in this room yet. We haven't soundproofed anything yet, so thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah, it's all a work in progress here.
Yeah.
We have our plan, much like The Circle. Hopefully it goes better than that plan that those three came up with on The Circle to get rid of Courtney, because that did not work.
No, but it could have if they just did it a little earlier.
Okay, so Trevor is the winner of this season. How this happened, I think, is really, really fascinating, because I think what this finale showed is that it's kind of a crummy thing if you're an influencer too many times throughout the game, because I think it really hurt Chloe, and I think it really also hurt River that they were that popular as often as they were.
Yeah, and I think it also hurt River and Courtney that everyone knew how close they were, and they kind of knew that Chloe was part of this as well. I think it just makes it difficult. And then you throw on top of it people like Courtney who are playing very strategically because they want to win the money. So he said, you know, he's not going to put River up at the top because he thinks that River would have won, and he very well might have. Where River, on the other hand, is playing with his heart, which was also kind of interesting because he had said when everybody met up, you know, oh, I wanted to play with my heart, and, you know, that's how I've been kind of playing. And that's not exactly true, River. You have not been doing that. You've been playing a little sneaky, which I very much appreciate, but you have been playing sneaky, and that is good. That is what you have to do in this circle to get to the end.
Yeah. It's a game of strategy. You have to figure out what angles work with you, what relationships work, and how to try to exploit them. But I think the huge mistake, obviously, that Courtney and River made is being such an obvious twosome that outside of those two, like, nobody else is going to want to give either one of them the prize. Like, there's a reason why they weren't in number 1 or number 2 position at the end of all of this.
For sure. I think everybody was really worried that River was going to win the game. He was my winner's pick. I thought he was going to end up winning the game out of who was left because everybody liked him so much that I thought some of the people, maybe even Courtney, I just wasn't sure how he was going to vote. Chloe was going to, I think, put him really high. I thought he had a really good shot. He's just so likable. I thought John was going to put him really high. I thought there was going to be a lot of people that would have him winning.
Wait, let's make the cocktail here then of why Trevor won, because let's throw an ingredient in here, and this ingredient is obviously named Chloe, who was so smitten with Trevor, and, you know, imagine this future with Trevor outside the game.
I know.
She couldn't help but put Trevor number 1, and then it wasn't explicitly said in the finale itself, but I kind of feel like John put Trevor number one because he was sort of thinking, okay, Trevor's not going to be voted as highly as some other people, so this might help me out, which, of course, John, congratulations, you probably made Trevor win this game.
I think so as well, because I'm sure they thought that Trevor wasn't going to be winning the game, that Chloe was probably going to lean into River more, of giving him the number one, stuff like that. I don't know.
Are you disappointed that John finished in last place? I said it during the show. The chaos ending to this season would have been John winning, and it would have been terrible, but at the same time hysterically funny, because it would have basically meant that everyone just screwed each other over and allowed this random psychic Santa concoction to rise to the top.
It's part of the gameplay, and it is possible that could have happened, that maybe people were thinking many people are not going to put John high up on the list. He came in here last. Nobody's really made connection with him. So if I throw him up high, then that might mean that I'll be in a better spot somewhere else, or someone else will be put down low, and that will help me, because who else is going to put John up high?
Do you think that Delisa is the greatest catfish in the Circle history? Granted, I know we're only talking about 2 seasons of the U.S. version here.
I mean, a lot more catfishes made it further this season than the first season. There was definitely not as many, which made it so much more exciting at the end, watching all the catfishes come in. That's why my favorite part of this is Courtney's face. Every time he saw a catfish, he was just like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It was so good.
It was so good. Delisa, she was just so good and so convincing.
Yeah, she was really good.
I think the thing that I was the most impressed with, in addition to her just knowing her husband so well and kind of understanding how he would articulate these moments, which is why it was probably good she picked someone she knows so well, is she did her homework. Like, she wrote down sports stuff in advance. Like, she pulled that Scottie Pippen thing, like, completely out of because that could have, Scottie Pippen, of all things, could have ruined Trevor's season.
No, her husband hooked her up before she left for this game.
Yeah.
It was put together really well. Delisa had her character. Of course, she knew her husband very well, and she took the minute every time she was going to put something out there, like she said, to think, how would a guy say this? How would my husband say this? Okay, let me reword this.
I think it was also very interesting to hear her talk about sort of the relationship with Chloe, and how, like, she was committed to this person to the point that she realized that it had gotten to a point where this relationship wasn't just flirting anymore and it was going too far, but she was a part of the game. She couldn't then suddenly not be Trevor anymore and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And she did it she explained it really well, and I'm happy that at least on the outside, Chloe didn't seem to be too emotionally destroyed, because it would have been sad.
Yeah, the problem, I mean, Chloe or anybody on the show runs into is, if they're falling for somebody and then they find out they're a catfish, they kind of can't have a bad reaction to it, because the cameras are rolling and you still want to be like, okay, haha, you got me, kind of thing. But I'm sure that Chloe felt bad about it.
I'm sure.
Like, no doubt.
She had to. I mean, yes, I understand that she has Mitchell and all of his muscles over here, but still, like, she was really emotionally attached. And it seems like she and Delisa were at least on good terms in the finale. I love the little part where they're sort of joking at the very end that they're the last two standing.
Yeah.
Like, I just think she played, like, such an incredible game, and beyond that, she was so fun to watch.
She played an excellent game. She really thought things out before she went in a circle. She thought things out as she was in the circle. She made some really good alliances. She tried to make some big plays to break up the messy queens and was unable to, but still figured it out. There was that moment in this episode where she said, Mitchell's gone, I've lost. There was the minute that it was kind of like, oh, maybe she actually is going to win, because they left that in there.
Yeah, I believed her when she said that. Like, there was a part of me, like 20 minutes before the end, I was like, oh, maybe Trevor's going to win. But when she was like this, like, yeah, you probably have, because where are your votes coming from? You know, there was that little reunion at the end.
Yep.
My big takeaway from that reunion was just how angry I was again that we lost Terralisha and Savannah so early, because the entertainment value of those two in the game together for a long time was lost.
And Bryant,
how little we knew about you. You were too pure for this world, Bryant.
I know.
We don't know for sure what the future for the circle holds, but here's kind of what I want. If they're going to do one of these nonsense twists again, do a season 3 where you make Bryant come in again and you have Bryant be a catfish, because I'm not sure
I don't think he could handle
I'm not sure
catfish.
He's capable of it.
What I would love to see down the line, if they keep having the circle, which I feel like they will, I would like to see a little bit of a twist on what they did, where they had Emily and Lance leave as catfish and then come in together as another catfish. But what I'd like to see is someone who played as themselves, so like Terralisha, come back, but as a catfish, something like that. I'd like to see someone try something like that. Joey, the winner from the first season, come back in, but playing a catfish.
There clearly are no rules with the circle based on what we saw this season, so why not? Let's just do it. But okay, let's also hear from you guys. What did you think about the circle in the big season 2 finale? Thumbs up on Trevor winning, thumbs down. And
no, thumbs up.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're thumbs down, how dare you? Like, I love Trevor / Shalisa so much. I had so much fun with this season. But thank you guys for watching and enjoying it with us. And we'll see you here next time.